Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to this card reading. Whether you're new or returning to the channel, I invite you to settle in with me. What we're going to do is I'm going to do this a little bit differently today. So first of all, before we go anywhere, let's get ourselves into some soft, cozy, sacred space. Inviting in the guides who overlight this channel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, the Pleiadians, to join us here. You may want to invite in your own spirit guides to join you on this little journey. Now, in the I guess what spirit of reciprocity and generosity, earlier today I just received a very beautiful reading and confirmation over at Keynote Tarot. Just a general reading, but I really needed to hear a lot of what was said there. And so I feel like for those of you that tune in here, it may be the same thing. You may be needing some confirmation, just some spirit lifting, like lifting up of your vibe a little bit. So maybe some of you feeling the same way. So rather than pick a topic in advance, I'm going to grab this, grabbing this deck. Here's what we're going to do. I'm grabbing this deck from Sue Lyon, if it wants to come out. It's Magic and Light by Sue Lyon. And we're going to draw 3 cards. So we're going to do pick a pile, but I don't know what the topic of the pick a pile is yet until we draw these 3 cards. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can just listen to this. So I know some people, for whatever reason, don't like pick a piles, but we'll draw 3 cards. We'll get some overarching themes. You can watch this and then pick your pile. Or you don't have to do the pick a pile at all. Maybe just this little quick 3, I'm expecting it to be 3 card thing, 3 card draw, will answer some of the questions that you might have. And then at the end of the reading, at the end of what I do, when I do all this, then we'll figure out what the overall topic was that will go in the title description for this. So what do folks tuning in here most need to know about right now? And I am recording this. It's on a Tuesday, February 15th, the day before the full moon in Leo. And I am asking the guides that are here to just help me stay on track, help me to bring forward messages that you most need to know about. Okay, so we have our 3 cards. All right. So the first card we got is Circle of Energy. And this one has some stuff to say on the back. So this is Magic of Light. Let your light illuminate all the dark corners. Hold on. My waves are a little bit too bubbly. Let your light illuminate all the dark corners. Let its energy swirl and twirl and rush in circles with streamers of sparkling dust crowning you with stars. Let it wreath around your heart and make your hair glitter with reflections of gold. Light is magic. It opens up dark corridors, throws open shutters, seeps under closed doors, streaks out into the night, cascading off hard metals and polished woods, all in the name of light. It is here to squeeze into your closed energy, and push open the gate to the garden of life. Now is the time to bathe in the circle's light energy and wash off the chains of darkness. So I feel like there's maybe some energy clearing that's also needed, as we're talking about bathing in light and washing off chains of darkness. Now, if you follow the show on a regular basis, we did a week ahead reading a couple of episodes back, and this week was going to have a little bit of a darker energy trying to poke at you in different ways, not necessarily purposely attacking you, but possibly coming out like shadow energy coming up to be dealt with, or just you bumping up against maybe lower energy that's out there in the collective. And so I feel like this is just a confirmation of that. And here in this circle of light that we always create here on the show, I'm inviting in guides. So they want to do some angelic Reiki. So we will be inviting in the angels as we hold space for angelic Reiki to take place as you're listening to this card reading. You don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything other than hold the circle and hold the space for the angels to come in and help clear your energy and clear your vibe, so that by the time you're done excuse me, listening to this reading, you will have a more light-filled countenance. But this looks like, so we need some clearing, some maybe possibly shadow work coming up. The second card that we got is Power. This is like Pegasus. And it says, when lightning strikes the soul, wake up and fly. And the back of the card says, carrying thunder and lightning. When lightning strikes the soul, wake up and fly. Through every trial and test, Pegasus grew stronger and wiser. His journey wasn't meant to be easy, but one that would make him confident, courageous, and agile. He needed that to be able to carry thunder and lightning for Zeus. Sometimes it takes a little lightning to jumpstart the belief in yourself, and a little thunder to get you to listen. Be willing to grab onto that lightning bolt while you fly to all those places you couldn't or wouldn't go before. You will be astounded at your amazing power. Oh, sorry guys, I am still recovering from whatever this ascension stuff is. So, oh my goodness. This is all about perseverance, continuing to show up for yourself, even when it feels like you may be stuck, even when it may feel like you're going in the wrong direction, even when it may feel like you've fallen off some sort of path. You haven't. I'm gonna have to get water. Holy smokes. I'm trying not to cough into the, I want to get my orange juice. Okay, this happened to me the other day. I couldn't stop coughing. Whoops. All right. So that's going to be, these are going to be the markers for our piles. So that was Pegasus and Power. And then the last one card we got is Transformation. Come on, coughing, stop. All right. And it says, kiss lightly, transformation, and let moonlight's golden tears fill you with hope. Oh, that summer fragrance. It is infused with long light and strawberry days, and its consistent warmth leaves us languid. But change laps at the edges of time. The movement of days, the continuum of night, the pathways of stars, and the moon's even light are all whispering that transformation is inevitable. Take a look deep inside yourself. Now is the time to reflect on the bright days and embrace the days to come, days of color, and then winter white, soft darkness with pinpricks of golden stars. Transformation is afoot, and change brings hope. And this card also was called Mermaid Moon. So these are going to be our 3 piles. So Circle of Energy is going to be pile 1, and we're going to hop over here in a minute to the altar space. This space, it looks really pretty today, so we're going to use that space over there. So this is going to be pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be the power card with the Pegasus, about perseverance and trials and tests and maybe feeling like you're not on the right path. And pile 3 is going to be transformation. And this one is interesting because it has all of the seasons: summer, autumn, winter, spring. And transformation is afoot, bringing hope and change and just the passage of time. So this is Mermaid Moon. So if you're called to transformation and Mermaid Moon and there's butterflies. Yeah, just what transformation is happening for you right now, or what's coming up for you. Then you're pile 3. So I will see you over here for pile 1. Hello, pile 1. Joining me here on the altar space. Once I want to film a video, everybody wants to get involved. The altar space gets kind of full of cards. So I'm going to do my best to show all these to you as we shuffle them out. So this was about shadow energy and allowing light to come in. And what do you need to know most about that? So I may be just popping cards up in front. I've got Pleiadian Power I'm going to be using first. We're going to get all the cards out. And then we will go into more detail and get some more light here. All right. I like this because I get to move around. Okay, we've got 2 cards from Pleiadian Power. We're going to make a story. So the first card we got from that is Joy. Go within and find your happy space. And don't stop believing. These are 2 angels that I drew a long, long time ago. So what else do we want to say to pile 1? Because that just seems very general. Okay, so from my homemade, this is my homemade deck. We got Get Over It. Let's get the story. Let's get the story going. I'm going to use the Modern Witch Tarot. And then I'll let the guides kind of share. Okay, all right. So we got 2 cards reversed, and I read reversals as like it just said 222. Okay, so I read reversals as exclamation points, so like the thing that I need to highlight the most in the reading rather than like a reversal of reversed energy. So I have the Lovers and the High Priestess coming out together reversed. And we're putting that under Get Over It. All right. What else do we want to use here? We're going to pull out Happy Cloud. This is my deck, Happy Cloud. I'm feeling like a nervous energy. Why am I feeling this anxiety? Anxious. Clarity. Okay, you're receiving the answers that you seek. So I think some of you are a little nervous about what you might be hearing in this reading, especially now that the Lovers have come out together with the High Priestess. So I'm going to go to the Twin Hearts deck. This is also my deck, Twin Hearts. This is about a breakup. It has to be. I just feel it is. And you are and I've got, I don't typically read these reversed, but they did come out together like this. 2 more cards coming out together. I'm not ready yet. The Divine Feminine kind of left waiting. And I can't stop looking in your eyes. Two people at the Eiffel Tower, very romancy card. Why did we suddenly get thrown into relationships here? And we're putting this like that. All right, I feel like there's something else that wants to come out here. And even like as I look at these cards, I feel like like I just can't see my way forward. I got 3 cards. All right, so they're saying that that's going to be it. Like I just can't see my way forward from this situation. So they want me to turn these over. You can't see them yet, but I'm going to turn them over in a minute. Like I can't see my way forward. I keep saying that. And I notice in this circle of energy card, like she's got all these candles and light around her. And I think you're trying to, you're trying to use like divination to figure out what's going on in a particular relationship. So you're trying to use your magic, or whatever you want to call it, your intuition, and to figure out what's going on in a particular relationship. But you're purposely being blocked from seeing the way forward by source, or whoever you want to call it, spirit, source, whatever. But it's not that the relationship is like the wrong relationship. It's like, just like it says here, this other person that's involved just needs more time. They need space. They need time to work some things out in their mind, like their mind space. Their mind space too seems very cluttered. So when I'm tapping into a reading, I'm tapping into the collective of who's watching this. But in this case, there's a relationship involved. And so I'm also getting the energy of the other person. And the energy of the other person feels very uncertain. Like, it's almost like it's 2 sides of the same coin. So on this side, they're kind of telling you, like, I'm not ready for this yet, but don't give up on me. Don't give up on us, baby. It's like an old song by, is it David Soul or something? I'll make all the wrongs seem right. So they're saying they're not ready, but it's like they're hiding something from you, because even though they say they're not ready and for you to not give up hope, like it's like they can't get enough of you. I can't stop looking in your eyes. And so it causes you, this back and forth between you and this person causes a lot of shadow stuff to come up, and it takes you out of your power. So it's keeping you from being in your joy, because all you're doing is thinking about what you can do to bring this person back to you. And there's 2 things at play here. One of them is the person themselves. So you cannot control another person's energy. You may think you can, and we've talked about this the other day too, that in past lifetimes we had the ability to be a little bit more manipulative with energies than we are now, and that, you know, now in this lifetime it's quite frustrating that we can't do the same level of magic that we used to do. And so I think you're trying your darndest to affirm and maybe cast spells, I don't know. You know, everybody works magic differently. Say incantations, you know, make potions or whatever to try to bring this person closer to you. And your guides are saying in this lifetime, they basically are saying, like, get over it, because in this lifetime it doesn't work that way. In this lifetime, it works with soul contracts and people's free will choice and divine timing. The days of, why is he here? The days of like Merlin power. He's like, I'm here, but I work differently now. The days of like, you know, Merlin power, where you stood over a cauldron, and you could have been with Merlin for all we know, right? But many people that listen to this channel are Avalonians and Lemurians and Atlanteans and all that. So you may have stood around a cauldron with Merlin or some other type of similar energy and done magical spells. And now you just can't do that anymore. In this lifetime, like the guides are saying, it just doesn't work that way. So you have to just get over the frustration that this particular relationship, it's not that it's not going to go deeper, they're saying. It's just the timing aspect of it. And so let's turn over these 3 cards and see what else they have to say. So the first one says rest, number 4. So it basically goes back to the get over it, just go within and find your happy place. Like, and rest from all of this. This is back to conjuring. Somebody who watches this show has been watching for the past 2 or 3 shows, because we're getting this conjuring coming up again. We just talked about conjuring. So you cannot conjure no matter how hard you try. You're kind of wasting your energy. And based on whatever magic you think you're doing, yeah, they're saying it could be like dark spells, but you don't realize it's dark spells, because whenever you try to, I'm getting chills. Whenever you try to manipulate another person to basically come to you, yes, I'm getting big chills. Okay, well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you cannot, well, you can do whatever you want because you have free will choice, but you are very closely on the boundary of working dark magic. Oh yes, I've got so many chills to that. Chills is my confirmation. If you're new here, you don't know how I work. Chills, when I get chills, that's the guides telling me that I'm definitely hitting the right spots that I need to hit with what is being said, or they're like tapping me with information. Just this dark magic just keeps coming up. So you cannot conjure another person to come to you. All right, so you are bordering on the lines of dark magic. Dark magic goes into negative karma credits or bad karma credits. And in this lifetime, you're here to be a circle of light, not a circle of darkness. And you may even, as we're speaking to this, the angelic Reiki that's coming in, may even be pulling out some dark energy that you accumulated. Oh yes, that you accumulated in the soul based on maybe some dark magic or spells that you did in a previous lifetime around the cauldron, trying to work similar magic. And that has kind of followed you into this lifetime and is part of the reason that this whole thing, this whole relationship is kind of stalled, they're saying, because you've got a lesson to learn. Remember, you're getting the answers that you seek. You've got some lessons to learn about free will choice, working dark magic, that's a big one, karma, and sowing good karma seeds, and kind of basically they're saying doing penance for past bad karma bad karma. Like, so you have to do good deeds to basically make up for some of the bad deeds, so to speak, that were done in previous lifetimes. I don't get the sense, I get the sense that the conjuring you're doing now is because you knew you did it before in a past lifetime. And so it just kind of comes back to you naturally, but you don't realize like, oh, no, that doesn't work in this lifetime. We're not going there. If you want to do that, then you probably need to get off this channel, because we don't do anything like that here. So it's time to like wake up to the way things work in the new earth now. Allow the guides that are here. I would even say you should go, yeah, they're saying if you can, you should go seek out the help of a professional healer. I work with clients. It doesn't have to be me. It could be anybody you resonate with to help you clear some of this past life stuff out, because it's going to take more than a general angelic Reiki session to rid yourself of some of these dark seeds that are in your chakras and in your auric field from past lifetimes. So no more conjuring. It's not going to work. It's even just not going to work. Basically, the squash has been put on whatever you're doing by your guides and by the angelic realm. It's not going to work, because it's like you're being kind of there's like two sides to this story too, and it's kind of like you're being two-faced. You can't say, I'm of the light. I'm a light worker. I'm a star seed here to help the earth. And then the double-edged sword, like turn around and be conjuring and doing dark magic. So you've got some cleaning up of your act to do, and it would be best help for you to seek out somebody to help you clear up that past life stuff. Be it like we do shamanic work here with clients. I do all sorts of stuff. Like I said, it doesn't have to be me, but this is going to keep coming up for you. And really, in a sense, it's stalling this relationship from moving forward. Whoever this person is that you, that really does want to be with you, but we can even look at the other cards yet. So the rest is kind of like, stop doing that and take care of yourself, because it also weighs heavily on your soul and on your energy field to be doing some of these things that we're talking about. Yeah, the next card is light. This is like a lighthouse. This is like light warrior. The other thing that this card says, because when I made these cards, I wrote channeled messages for them. This card is 13, which adds up to a 4. And the channeled message from this one was something like there's 144,000 angels and guides surrounding you at all times. And you're always divinely guided, guarded, protected in all that you do, because you are here on behalf of the light. So it is acknowledging that you are here to work on behalf of the light, but you just need a little cleanup crew to come in and help a little bit with some of this stuff that's starting to come up now. And I think you didn't really even realize it until this relationship started to take like a weird turn. Like you never would have thought of like this dark magic thing. It hasn't always, yeah, get the chills. It hasn't always been there. But when this relationship took a weird turn, all of a sudden something clicked in your auric field and something got turned on, and this conjuring and stuff started to come up because you got really frantic about what was going on with this relationship. So this person has triggered this past life stuff to come up and be healed. So silently or to their face, if they understand what you're talking about, like bless them and thank them for being the catalyst to this healing, because you really need to take care of that. And then the last thing we got is breathe, or breath, however you want to look at it. It's card number 10. And they're saying, along with what they're telling you, it could then make you start to feel anxious, like, oh, dark energies around me. We just talked about this. I swear the same people are watching this. We just talked about this the last video too, with the weekly energies. We said dark energy is not psychically attacking you personally. Like, very small percentage of people are really under true psychic attack from someone constantly. I mean, someone may be like, I don't like that person, and a little dart may fly out at you, but there's no one constantly like attacking you psychically, okay? So you may start to feel weird, like, oh, she's talking about dark energy and black magic and conjuring, and I'm doing that, and well, maybe somebody is, maybe, you know, somebody's like making me do that, or maybe somebody, yes, big chills, like it's like it's coming from outside of you and making you do these things. And it's like, okay, let's take a deep breath. Let's own up to the fact that what we just heard, you did some stuff in some past lives that was a little bit darker energy, whatever. Like, don't chastise yourself about it. We just need to get rid of it. It's not gonna like morph into something that is like attacking you. It's not going to take you over, anything like that. We're not talking about demonic forces, nothing like that. This is just old crap in your energy field from past lives. It's buried very deep down in the root of the chakras. Just needs to be extracted and healed. They keep saying by a qualified healer. So please, I mean, if you want this situation to improve, just seek out someone. I don't even care who it is, but to help you with this. If you do resonate with me, my website links, all the links to my services are in the description of this video. You can take a look at that. If not, I can suggest, you can email me and I can suggest a couple of other people to you, or you may have somebody else that you already know about. So let me just check in with the guides and see if there's anything else for you here. Okay, so they are complete. They are saying, though, please take care of yourself. Please do what you need to do to right the wrongs that have been done. And let's start getting your energy turned around so you're basking in good karma. You feel healed. You feel light, bright again. And then that should turn the energy of this relationship around. And this person will then be ready to rejoin you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you again next time. Take care. Hello, pile 2. You chose the Pegasus Power card. This was the card about trials and tests and tribulations and being strong and persevering. So let's see. We're going to get all the cards out. We're going to see what story these cards are going to tell here. So I'm maybe flashing decks inadvertently. This is Pleiadian Power. Some of these out. See what pile 2 needs to know. I think, as my voice holds out, what does pile 2 most need to know about power? Ooh, okay, we got 2 cards coming out. Now, I'm going to say, I do find this interesting. I'm going to say this. Typically, these pick-up piles, even when I watch pick-up piles, the readers are always say, like, wow, the 3 piles have really similar themes running throughout. So I'm interested to see, because pile 1 was very, I'm not even going to tell you what pile 1 is about. If you feel called to pile 1, you can go watch it. But this, I think, is quite different, this one. So we got 2 cards. We got New Earth Now, Love, Light, and Healing. This is Nova of New Earth. We're going to lay all the cards out, and then we're going to talk about them. And then we got Playtime, Let's Go Hunt for Buried Treasure. I can already tell where this is going without even, whoops, oh, I'm thinking my heart. They just wanted to be closer to the camera, or what? What is happening here? That was very strange. Okay, let's get, it's like even the picture changed. All right, that was weird. I had to figure out like a little snafu thing that happened there with my camera. So let's take that as part of the reading. The camera jumped and the whole scene got like a little bit more, what happened was the tripod kind of fell forward and the whole scene got a little bit more magnified. So I'm going to take that as part of what's going on here. As I'm getting cards now from my hand-drawn deck, the Labyrinth of Dragonshire. I apologize always for my voice. I'm still undergoing this light body upgrade thing. And now all that's left is a voice that sounds like I don't really want it to sound. All right, we got 2 cards from this deck. We got this one, which is Time to Take Stock and Enter the Cave. And we got release control. Let's grab a Modern Witch tarot card. Oh, again, what the heck? Okay, well, this was in pile 1. The Lovers. I feel there's a different message with that, though. I'm going to get Happy Cloud. This is my deck, Happy Cloud. There's 2 cards from Happy Cloud. We got Care, tell someone you love them. And Flow, you are receiving divine downloads. Very similar to what we got in pile 1. But this card is, this is really totally opposite of pile 1, even though it has to do with relationships. It has to do with 2 types of relationships. The relationship you have with yourself, because whenever I get this card, it's like a self-love, self-care card. It's lavender, which is the color that I see energy a lot sometimes in color. So like Kuan Yin to me is the color of lavender, purple. Kuan Yin is like self-care and compassion. This energy of this pile number 2 seems much more light-hearted. You got, from this deck, this is just a little mandala deck, you got Radiance and Speak from the Heart. So what is this? Oh, and see, there was like a secret little card hidden under there. Surrender. So that's 2, there's like multiple messages going on here. Okay. So this all started out with talking about trials and tribulations, your journey not being an easy one, but that it was meant to make you confident, courageous, and agile. And it was meant to grow you, or it is meant to, because it's not over yet, but it's meant to grow you. And luckily, it seems like in this pile, you are on this journey with another party, another person who is kind of sharing this path with you. And you feel to me like you are a spiritually based couple. Call it what you want, spiritual flames, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, soulmate. But it feels like you're on this journey with somebody, a like-minded soul. And that there's just some stuff coming up for you both that is feeling like it's bringing you down, like it's weighing you down. You may even feel like, why is God, I'm hearing like, why is God against me? We're here to raise the vibration of the planet. We came in to serve and to help. So why are we going through these dark times right now? And oh yeah. So basically it's like, well, that's part of the path. So first of all, they want you to know you haven't fallen off the path. You're on your path, even though at times it could feel a little disjointed. So it feels like you get some momentum going. You feel like both of you are in a really good spot, a space. Something happens to bring you both down. You recover from that. You get some momentum going again. Snap. Something happens to bring you both down. So what this is doing is it's growing you both as a spiritually based couple. And you need to not, when this happens, so when something is happening, going along, and then snap, you're brought down, and you're like, what the heck just happened to me? Why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I'm doing my light work. I'm here to raise the vibration. I keep hearing, I'm here to raise the vibration of the planet. Why am I seeing these dark times? Don't close yourself off. So this other person that's with you on this journey is having similar thoughts and reactions to what's going on. And it feels like it's you that's closing yourself off from the other person. Like they kind of want to like have these conversations with you about like what's going on and how can we help raise our vibration together. And you seem to be the one who kind of takes things a little more personally and kind of goes into a shell. This entering the cave, you kind of go, because the way you process things is a little bit different than this other person. Like the way you process stuff like this that's happening is you kind of go into hermit mode and you just want to be left alone. You don't really want to talk about your feelings. Even though if everything was fine, you'd be happy to talk about your feelings. But somehow when dark shadow stuff happens, or what you consider to be dark energy, but really is just part of your path to grow you and grow you and help you learn and become stronger and help you become a more courageous starseed is what I'm hearing. You close yourself off because you just feel like something's against you. And so you pull your energy in and you are trying to like thwart an attack, basically. Like here we go again. You people must have also been, I'm getting these same energies from our past show, but you are trying to thwart an attack. You feel like you're being psychically attacked. When stuff like this happens, like, oh, so-and-so, whoever it could be, or some nameless dark force is out to get me, or is out to get light workers in general, and I'm caught up in this mischief and this mayhem, and you kind of get like a woe is me kind of a thing. And Spirit is here to say, no, that's not happening at all. There was like a whole, there's like a whole collective of people that think that that's what's happening as part of the ascension process. But they're saying that's a false positive. That's a false positive. Okay, so what that means is just what I said. You think that there's something is happening on your journey. It's bringing you down. It feels kind of dark. You pull your energy in because you think that there's some outside force kind of attacking you or attacking light workers. And there is this false, let me just call it an energy bubble or thought form. It's kind of become its own entity that was created by empaths and light workers and the Ascension and the New Earth Now crowd around the fact that there is dark energy that's out to get us quote unquote, being the light workers and all that, the 144,000, the star seeds. But that never was the case. Yes, there's dark energy out there, but there's nothing consciously projecting dark energy at light workers or it's part of your path. And the only way that you're going to rise above and heal from this is to come to the aha moment or realization. And they're saying this reading may not even completely do it for you. You may still be like, she's full of crap. And you may continue to believe that this is happening, but it's this thought form that's out there. It's become this entity kind of like floating around. And you can plug into it just like you can plug into the collective of anything else. But to heal, to move forward, and to grow as a light worker, you have to realize that that's not happening. These things are being put on your path, whatever they may be, to help grow you and learn you. They just keep saying grow you and learn you. Learn you. Let's grow you and learn you. And it's not that you continually have to protect yourself from them, perchance. You just have to learn from these situations. And the other thing too is because it's kind of like a vicious cycle, because you feel like there's dark energy projecting something towards you, then that's what you receive, right? That's the law of attraction. Law of attraction is like attracts like. So until you can rise above and come to the realization that nothing is out there trying to quote unquote get me or thwart my path, I'm just too heavily guarded and protected by spirit and my guides and source. The lesson is the dark energy is inside of you, because you're choosing to believe that it's not, it's I can't even talk straight, that these things aren't happening as part of your journey. Because sometimes it's easier to place the blame somewhere else, on someone else or something else, than it is to take control. Well, you can take control, but really if you follow like Taoist thinking, you're just basically, if you follow like any sort of Taoist principles, you're in control of your body, your mind, and your emotions and how you react to things. And beyond that, you're just kind of being led down your own soul plan by source and spirit and your guides. And you're just here to flow and live your life and be in balance no matter what's going on around you. Is kind of it, and this is coming up twice now for you too, is to surrender and release control. The sooner you can nix the whole like something's out to get me thing, the sooner you're going to see yourself start moving forward. And if there are things happening in your life where you feel like this is kind of shitty, like I don't really want to be in this space right now, the course of action to take in this scenario is not to put the blame outside of yourself. It's not even a blame. It's just to say like, okay, I'm a light worker. This thing that I didn't see coming, I'm not supposed to see it coming, because if I saw it coming, I couldn't prevent it anyway, because it's part of my soul plan. It's part of some things that are supposed to happen to me on my journey. When it comes up, it's like, what are the lessons I'm supposed to be learning from this situation? Is there any healing that needs to be done? Are there any other people involved that maybe healing needs to be done together with these people? What do I need to learn from this? Like, it's time to go within, get close to your guides, and ask them what these lessons are that you need to learn. Because until you take responsibility for that part of it, then you're always going to think that some outside force is just jabbing at you, and you're not going to move forward on your path. And you really will kind of just repeat these endless loops of, well, little so-and-so, little Sally needs to learn a lesson on her path. The lesson she needs to learn has to do with, I don't know, maybe the lesson is surrendering and releasing control. And opening up more to your inner child, because that's what this playtime card is about. And it could be, you know, it's a lesson for me and this other person involved. But until you recognize that, what's the lesson? How is this part of my dharma? How is this part of my purpose? Like, there's some really good questions you can start working with your guides on. What do I need to learn? Because as soon as you learn it and acknowledge the lesson, it goes away. And you don't have to keep repeating it over and over and over again. And the sooner you nix the whole outside sources trying to mess with you, the sooner you can raise your vibration up and stop attracting, you know, these things. So it's kind of like a vicious cycle. Now, I feel like the other party involved here has like this inside knowledge about this, kind of knows deep down, like not that they know what I'm saying, but they kind of have a similar thought form to kind of what I'm trying to tell you here. but you don't really ask them for their opinion in these scenarios. You remember, you hermit mode. And so I think the other person could really, really help you work through these scenarios in a way that is much more conducive to helping you raise your vibration. And so it would behoove, I don't really normally use that word, but it would be really good to get out of the house, get outdoors, go hang out with this person, really speak from the heart about how you feel, about what's going on, and let them kind of like talk you down off the wire, so to speak. Yes, even the dog is barking at that one. Let them kind of quell your nerves a little bit, because I feel like they have some inner strength that they could give you, and some past life experience that they could share with you that would help you have these aha moments in addition to what I'm saying. So it's like, I've given you this reading. Go talk to an outside party who maybe hasn't heard this reading, and I think that somehow through divine intervention or whatever, they're going to start telling you something similar to what I'm saying, and that's going to be your wake up moment. Like, oh, fine, you know, whoa, it's just going to be like a light bulb turning on. It's just like they're having me snap. Like, it's going to be instantaneous to where you're going to be like, oh, there's nobody trying to get me. Oh, this is all to grow me on my path. Oh, and then it's just going to be like a straight, it's like all this up and down is just going to smooth out. So let me see if there's anything else you want me to share. All right, no, they're saying they are complete. So I want to thank you so much for joining me here, and thank the guides for these messages. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Hello, pile 3. Hello, friends. You chose the transformation card with Mermaid Moon. And this is very general to me, so I want to dive into the cards right away and see what Spirit wants you to know most right now. So I'm going to use, the first deck I'm going to use is Pleiadian Power. This is my deck. We're going to get this little story out on the table here. Oops. Oh. It's funny because I said the energies of pile 1 and pile 2 were drastically different, but some of the same cards have come out. So pile 2 got this card. It's playtime. Let's go hunt for buried treasure. And they're having me go to the Labyrinth of Dragonshire. This is my homemade deck. It's mermaid. It's like water energy, right? So we do have water energy coming up twice. We have a mermaid, and we have the ocean, the sea, this little sailing ship, and this treasure map. Now, as I'm starting your reading, I'm getting like a big headache. So I think you are going through some ascension symptoms, especially in the crown, having to do with trust and divine protection, they're saying. So let's see what else is coming out. So we got 2 cards. We got number 29. This is like a W, but it's water. So there's water 3 times now. Depths, emotions, tears, fears, and heart speak. And then one of my favorite cards, the R, which is relief is being offered. Do you accept it? So first off, these headaches, 2 things going on. Ascension symptoms, but not enough water, okay? So your guides are going to come in and be sharing with you some suggestions. I'm not going to overall share other than the water one, but you could start receiving suggestions, or divine intervention could step in to help you with what's going on with this transformation. But the first thing right away they're saying is these headaches. Number one, you're a little dehydrated and you need more water because this light body upgrade is taking a lot of energy and you've got to keep your cells hydrated. They're also having me go get the get the smoky quartz. I just had it earlier too. So I'm just going to lay some smoky quartz to draw out. It feels like maybe there's toxins involved that need to be flushed out as well. So this reading, this pile 3 is a little bit different in that this feels more of ascension, upgrade, and some physical symptom stuff, but let's keep going. Just make sure. Okay, I'm going to use Modern Witch Tarot. My voice is lasting all through. I thought I was going to have to stop and do this third reading tomorrow, but Spirit's like, you can do it. You can make it. Okay, got the Sun card. So this is about light codes coming through Solaris that are part of your upgrade. There's more than one message here. But you're being asked to go out and do some sun gazing so you can get those downloads. And if you can't physically look at the sun, then you're being asked to sit outside in the sun as much as you can so that you can get these downloads through your skin. Yeah, this feels like very much like a medical intuitive reading. There's some vitamin D that they're saying you need to have your vitamin D checked. The ascension process, of course, a doctor is not going to understand that. But if you don't work with Western medicine, then the guides are saying you need to look at taking some vitamin D. You need to work with your guides on what the dosing should be of the vitamin D. Sometimes it could be lower depending on who you are, higher. So I don't want to say an amount because it could be different for each one of you, but you're being asked to take a look at getting some extra vitamin D. If you want to go get your vitamin D tested, you can, but their guides are just saying if you just would douse, like get a pendulum and either get the numbers of the different vitamin Ds because there's like 1,000 and 5,000 and there's some higher ones too. And you can douse over the different numbers and they'll tell you which one you need. But that's something that you should start taking every day. Let's see where they want me to go next. So already more water, more playtime. So when these ascension things come up, it can take a big toll also on your mental and your emotional state. Number one, you might not be feeling very good. I'm here to tell you, and I talked about it in the last video, like this ascension upgrade that I'm going through right now, this light body upgrade started on January 22nd. It is now February 15th, and I'm still not 100. You can tell my voice sounds like crap. And it wasn't, any virus or anything like that. My guides have received multiple confirmations that that's what this is. And I've gotten quite frustrated with it. And there were times I just felt absolutely horrible. I mean, the body aches were so bad. The just different things have been happening over this. I don't even know how many weeks it's been now. And now it's just kind of concentrated like in the heart and the throat area. But you've got to kind of like lighten up a little bit, hence getting outside in the sun, more time for playtime. This relief, if you just say, when they're saying relief is being offered, do you accept it? If you just say, yes, I do, and every day you kind of ask your guides to step in and support you, then they'll help you get through it. This reading could have been something you've been asking about, like, what is going on with me, my God? And then you were just drawn to this reading. Let's just see what else is coming out in the cards. This feels very heavily like light body base. So we got drink more water, look at your vitamin D. And this says spacious focus, but I saw spacious foods. Okay, I didn't see the word focus. They showed me the word foods, like spacious foods. And you can see in here, I know you don't want to really hear this, but a lot of deep green leafy things are in here. So why are they doing that song? Light, bright, making things with light. So more light-filled foods, less processed foods. And you can mix it up. So they're not saying go 100%, you know, and change your whole diet and become vegan. I mean, they're not saying that. They're saying more, less processed, more light-filled foods, more water for sure, because that's come up 3 times, sunlight and vitamin D, more inner child work, like more inner child fun and play. All right, what deck do you want me to go to next? Happy Cloud is coming out next. So spacious foods. Stuff that doesn't weigh you down. But like do the 80-20 rule, okay? Because you're going to feel too deprived if you try to 100% spacious foods or whatever. It's just going to feel too depriving. So try to make sure that, and when you're healing like this too, the fastest way to heal yourself, and it's not even really healing because you're upgrading. It's not so much that you're healing from an illness. It's just your poor little physical body is trying to catch up with all these upgrades. And it's like bam, 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 one right after the other. It's like this solar flare and that full moon energy and these new light codes coming in and this astrological influence is just hitting. There's like no breaks. And so while the spiritual body is like, woohoo, I'm like dancing and having a great old time, the mental and the emotional body need a little bit of support to just not feel so heavily like, dang, this sucks. You know, I feel like crap. I'm tired. You know, I'm struggling to get through my day because my physical body is just trying to keep up with this momentum. Like, you're trying to upgrade me so fast, right? Like we wanted these upgrades and now that we're getting them, it's like, oh my God, it's overwhelming. So let's see what else. I don't know. I just kind of like lost my train of thought. That may be happening to you too. You may just be like mental focus completely off. All right. So this card has come up in every pile, although believe me, the piles are drastically different. Don't watch them all unless you really feel called. But this is, you are receiving divine downloads. This is the flow card. Yeah, it's just a little confirmation in each reading, like people don't believe the messages are meant for them or something. So Spirit has to come in and say, yep, this is coming from straight from source to you. All right, I'm using TLC for the soul. Peace. Card number 5. This really does feel like the lightest out of all 3 groups. Like you just need to support your physical body a little bit better. A minute, they're having me pull Shaman's drum for you, so I didn't use Shaman's drum. This is my deck Shaman's drum. Let's see. This came out in the reverse. Horse friend, the other part of me, he who helps me. I kind of like, now that I see this, it kind of looks like this horse is kind of like pushing that other horse, like, come on, get going. This horse is like, I'm sure he's really doing something else, but this horse kind of looks like, you know, head down, like, I'm tired. And these other horses are kind of like, so I think you've got a lot of guides surrounding you. You may even have physical friends or relatives kind of, you know, helping you through this situation. Like maybe they're taking on some chores for you, or so they're just being called to acknowledge the fact that there's help all around you in the 3D as well as the 5D. And you can and will get through this. It must be different for everybody because they're saying not much longer now. And every time I think this is almost over for me, I wake up and I'm like, I still feel exhausted. So we've got 2 cards. This is the last 2 out of this. What is this card? What is this deck? Working with the 4 Elements by Holland Hall. We got 2 cards out of this deck. The first one is Bacchus. So I'm going to read you for these, but Bacchus for me is usually about having gratitude, which is just what we talked about here, but there are a few little messages more from that. And then you got Pan and the Cosmos. So let me just read to you from Bacchus and Pan and the Cosmos. Pan and the Cosmos. I love these little cards. There's so much detail. Stretching our consciousness into the deepest part of the cosmos, looking for the end, you will find no end. And if there is no end, there is no beginning. So everything must be now. To help us understand this way of thinking and reach into the vast oceans of time and space, you can ask for help from spiritual teachers and angel guides. One of the greatest teachers of time and space is Pan, the great Deva. One could do no better than to evoke his knowledge of the astral planes, to understand that we are part of the cosmos. The stars in the heavens are part of us also. The suggestion is in meditating, try to visualize traveling into deep space and uniting yourself with your star. The affirmation is, there is only me stopping myself. Let go and reach for your star. So that's a very kind of astral travel and meditation. And if you resonate with being a star seed, then you may be like, where is my star? Maybe meditate on what your star is, what star system you're from. And then Bacchus is the great Deva. So we've got 2 Devas. He's the king of wine. You can see him emerging through the grapevines, expanding his aura to every vine, endlessly working and focusing on the work he has to do. He is a teacher of nature and the astral world. It's coming up again. The rays of color light are being directed to the vine seeds. Bacchus is the balance between spirit and earth. The suggestion in your meditation, visualize a golden light entering through your crown chakra and flowing through your body into the earth. The affirmation, I work in the golden light. So suggestion there is to up your meditation game. So that you got almost like a little prescription. You've got more meditation. It's going to help you plug in more to your soul's path and where you're being led, where the transformation is happening. You've got more sunlight, vitamin D, definitely more water, a little bit of a diet, change up some more spacious, light-filled foods. Just do the 80-20 rule. Don't feel bad if you have a cupcake or something. Like, just try to balance it out to help your light body. And that you have tons of guides helping you in the 3D and the 5D, and being asked to have gratitude for this journey, even when it gets hard like this, even when it feels like it's weighing you down a little bit. On the other side of it, when all of these physical symptoms subside, you will feel more energized, more light-filled. Your aura will be brighter, and you'll be able to hold light from higher dimensional planes of existence and consciousness. So that is all they would like me to share with you. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you again soon. Take care.